The Godfather Robson Sharuko, and it is empty. It is almost empty. I'm just wondering if Dimbari are going through the same problems as well. The Dynamo supporters really disappointed. They lost last time out, remember, to the Gamecocks Chicken Inn by 1-0. And the Dynamo supporters will be hoping that tomorrow at Ngoni Stadium in Norton, things might come right against their former son, Samaita Lloyd Mutaza. We'll be talking about that much later. We are looking at Makepekepe, Caps United, taking on the Lithium Boys. Remember, once again, Caps United in 17th position, just one place above Triangle United, and Bikita Minerals in 15th position. That's not looking good, but maybe some people might say it's early days yet, but zvirikutofamba hanzi teaspoon hanzi 12 kg yeshuga yakapedzwa ne teaspoon 1 ndo zvirikutofamba ndokufamba kwacheko. And the show now is saying chinono chinengwe bere rakadya richifamba. So Caps United really have to remember that saying. Uche, If this one, I don't want to scare the Caps United supporters. If this one does go end in another Caps United defeat, what do you think?
Yeah, obviously the frustration balloon for the Caps faithfuls is fully inflated. Yeah. They are really down. But another school of thought will say, yeah, if you are down, the only way is up. So I can foresee Caps United climbing from the valley up, because right now they are rock bottom. But just a flashback on the Vietnam stand, which is 100% empty. I think we'll get another shot from the northern goal post end, which is the city end. That's where the Caps United faithfuls normally are housed, because that one is for their sworn enemies, and they don't dare sit there. So that's another school of thought in terms of how they stand. So sorry to butt in, Oche, because what we're going to do now, we're just going to find out what the gaffers had to say. And our crew talked first to Caps United assistant coach Tonderai Marume. Take a listen.
Preparations have been going on very well, and we did not have any problems in preparing for this match. It's one match where we expect our players to perform at maximum levels, and given the fact that we're playing at home, we hope it will also boost their confidence. But unfortunately, since we have gone for 7 weeks playing games week in, week out, expected that in a team there are some players that might get suspended and some that might get injured, and we have Brian is out, is injured. We have Bruce Kangwa is also injured, and Rodwell has been out in Tanzania doing his CAFC license, so he's not part of the playing team today. But we have a large pool of players, and the expectation is each and every one of them, when given an opportunity, they give it their best, and we have made 1 or 2 changes to the squad that is playing today. We had, I think, about two injuries, so to speak, in terms of our preparations. But we have, I think, enough manpower to try and replace that. The preparations were good. I think we had a full microcycle to prepare for this game, knowing the magnitude of the game and the kind of an opponent that we're going to be meeting. But yes, like I said, it's been a bit of an unstable or not a very good start. But it was expected in terms of where we're coming from, a young squad that we're trying to build. Most of the players did leave the club, going for greener pastures. This is vis-a-vis the background that we have, but we are happy with the youngsters that we have. We are saying we're going through the process. It's the process. We can't short-circuit the process. And the 2 draws and the 3 losses and 1 victory,
I think it does justice to our level in terms of the progress and development.
Right, the two gaffers there. First, you heard from Tonderai Marume, who is deputy to Lloyd Chitembwe. He's being sent on all the time nowadays by Lloyd Chitembwe to give that talk. And then just now, you were listening to, watching as well, Wilson Mutekede, who is now in charge at the Lithium Boys, Bikita Minerals. Yes, you will remember former ZIFA technical director. As you heard there saying, we don't want to short-circuit things. It's a young squad. He's hoping to build that one up. And just listening to Mutekede there, very cautious, but very modest. So he's not, he doesn't want to go out there and say, Caps United, we can roll over. He knows that they are meeting a big team.
Yes, he knows that they are meeting a big team, and I think it's indicated that they've got a young squad who are still learning. So definitely the young squad playing against experienced players is not going to be an easy one. But you have said so far when they look at what they have achieved, there is a sign that there is some progression which is going on. And that progression, I think, that's what gives them some bit of confidence when they come to Caps United, that we can go there and try to make sure that we collect at least a point. If they collect a point, to them, I think they will have done very well.
There is one player, if you are a Caps United supporter watching right now, you will be agreeing with me. One player whom we thought he would light up the fire at Makepekepe is former Zimbabwe international Kundai Benyu. He will be wearing jersey number 8. He hasn't really shown. There, as we take a look at the stand there at Rufaro Stadium, I was just saying, which I was talking about, the northern end stand where the Caps United supporters are housed. That's where they are, and not full. You'd be expecting it. I did say 2 reasons. The Caps United supporters scared again today. The second one, the heavy rains. I was talking about Kundai Benyu. I mean, nobody can dispute this fact. He is a marvelous player. Watching him dictating the pace in midfield. But he's really not shown. I mean, if the truth be told. And if he does shine today, as we take another look at that Caps United favourite stand, Uche, if Kundai Benyu comes to the party, the drinks and the champagne will be popping after the game.
Yeah, definitely. I concur with you, CNN beyond the 100% mark. He hasn't been there. Potential is there, but he's not illuminating the scene. So far, the commander-in-chief for me, for Caps United, has been Phineas Pamusi. On the left channel as well as the right channel, he has runs as well, intertwined with his artistry, but they are not takers for his crosses. They are not takers for all the industry and donkey work that he's doing. So Caps United, for me, they are not a balanced side in terms of attacking, because they tend.
As we take a look there, Jimmy Zingai, part of the Caps United. I'm sure a lot of people had forgotten about Jimmy Zingai. Actually had a Warriors trialist, and he's now part of the Caps United setup. So he is back. He is back, should I say. Yes, so the late registration at Makepekepe and Jimmy Zingai there, Zimbabwe Warriors trialist. So this is a must-win game for both teams, not only for Makepekepe, but I'm sure, because I did say, because they've got the bigger base, the Caps United supporters will be needing this win much more than the Lithium Boys. Yes, we talk about the big 3 of Zimbabwe football. Things not really happening. Dynamos, not happening. Highlanders, well, maybe starting to happen now after they beat Caps United 1-0. Makepekepe, not happening. And the top guns are Moors, Ngezi, Scotland. So it's a change of pure platinum players. Well, not really happening. So I'm just wondering, the big question is, can that story eventually be rewritten? The story that happened back in 1984, 40 years ago, when a team called Black Rhinos were promoted from the first division to the Premiership to the top flight then, what's called the Super League then, and they won that in their first year in the top flight. Can Moors emulate that? Uche, can that be done? Moors.
Yeah, what has happened can still happen. But CNN, I know it's a topic for another day, but the football landscape has changed. It is now scientific in every sense. From a 360-degree point of view, your Moors, your Scotland, they were looking at Dynamo Highlanders and Cape United. They were studying
still the big three for me in those countries.
Yes, they were studying them. Where are they going? Where are they getting it right? Where are getting it wrong? And how can we improve? When we take our franchise into the Premier League, how can we do better than them? And so far, they have been following a success template. They do not have the fan base, but their formulas for success are giving them results. So it's also a learning point now for the big three. Cape United, so far they've been doing well in terms of their marketing and trying to have that magnetic aspect to their fan base. But for Dynamos, it's not happening. Highlanders, yes, love-hate relationship with their fans. But if you look at the new teams, CNN, they're getting it right.
Which is just, I want to stay with you, one-word answer. Can Moors win the league title in their first year in the Premiership? Yes or no? Just one word before I go to Coach Bex. No. Coach Bex, can Moors win the league, the top flight league, like what Rhinos did 40 years ago? Can they win it?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
Okay, right. Okay, just one.
What about Chelsea?
What about Chelsea?
I don't know. I don't want to comment. I don't want to comment yet. I will tell you that answer at halftime, whether I think Moors can win it like Black Rhinos did way back. But right, for now, let's find out what is happening really at Rufaro Stadium, because that's where we are going to join our two guys in the commentary box, Vava Valentine Mabugu and Joseph Nkani. We will be talking to you at halftime. It's Cape United versus Bikita Minerals.
The toss being taken here. Good afternoon, welcome to Rufaro Stadium. A stage so grand. Match day 7 of the Castle Lager Premier Soccer League. A test of might and hand. Cape United, who sit 17th on the logs. Dark page. 4 points gathered for the season are lining up as follows. Nare Harmony in goals. Eric Manokore will be playing as a right back. Bruce Kangwa injured this afternoon. Calvin Mangiza will deputize in that position. Brian Kadamanja also being replaced this afternoon. with Brighton Manire to start for that is Caps United. And we can also tell you that Eastern Shapusha will be there. Finas Bamusul captain the side. So will Mabiaslav, Shandiro Tanaka, Juan Mutuza and Rowan Tijuama, the Namibian stars. As for Bikita Minerals, the boss of a side, the youngest on average, a project being built with Taona Temera starting in goals with Blessing Kadigu, as well as the veteran, that is Carlton Mudzabwa, who is a former Caps United stalwart defender, the senior statesman in this one, 37 years of age, is still going good. Felix Moyo, they'll call him Uslandulo, because that name also carries a great name. Manucci, Jason Yakope, captained by Benedict Beres. Caps United salute their fans. We'll be hoping that this afternoon they can grab a win here this afternoon. Bikita Minerals 15th position to claim. 1 win, 2 draws and 3 losses to reclaim. Both teams seek victory. Sweet delight, that's what they'll be up fighting for this afternoon. That is to climb the table and shine with all their might. And in the middle, there shall be Grace Gimo, Lady Grace, this afternoon, being ably assisted by Admire Chirara, as well as Kudakwashe together as the second assistant. With me this afternoon as the match commentator Valentine Mapugu, as your analyst shall be John Kani. John, what a match! Delayed start but never denied. Almost set for this one this afternoon.
Yes, Valentine, the stage is set for Caps United to show us what they can do. Can they redeem themselves against a resurgent Bikita Minerals team that won their last game? And Caps United haven't posted any good results, as it were. Caps United have gone in the last 5 games. They've won only 1 match, losing 4 games. And this is probably a game where Caps United will want to redeem themselves. And if you look at the head-to-head stats between the two teams, Caps United haven't scored a goal against Bikita Minerals in 180 minutes. And in this particular fixture last year, Caps United lost by 1-0. So will Caps United redeem themselves and Bikita Mineral maintain their hold on Caps United? We wait to see, Valentine.
Lady Grace Gimo gets us underway this afternoon for this match day 7 of the Castle Lager Premier Soccer League. The Makaba gave us the green machine and name so bold. Will they rise to the challenge or grow old? Bikita Minerals with spirit untamed. The Lithium Boys, will they upset the horse and claim fame? Those are the 2 big questions that are going to be answered in the next 90. It is, of course, Bikita Minerals, the Lithium Boys, kicking from left to right on your screens in red, and of course Caps United in their famous green and white, kicking from right to left on your screens. Manokore, Mangiza Calvin. A bit of a shove from the back, adjudged by the referee Grace Gimo on Tijumaro, and the Namibian gets a race start this afternoon, as Loichi Tembo and his assistants ring some changes, though some of them injury-inspired, with Bruce Kango missing out of injury, Brian Kadamanja as well missing from their defense this afternoon, but they've got good deputies to fill in those positions, with Shapusha today being pushed to be central, and Kevin Mangiza from the middle. There comes the now. Bikita Minerals, a chance placed over the bar, but there potentially from Jerry Ruzive, but he couldn't keep his shot low there. John Kani, a message of intent in the second minute.
If you look at the way he found his way into the Caps United box, one will want to question how he managed to wiggle his way past 3 Caps United defenders who were surrounding him, and of course his execution let him down, but otherwise he would have punished Caps United. He kept his shot lower than the crossbar.
Indeed. Bamusi. Shandiro overcooks his players. Manika Diamonds on the pages, onside! Offside, says the referee. The survivor, Tadiwana Shemusariranwa. Yet clip that one, the movement, the intent by Bikita telling.
Yeah, it's telling, Valentine, because as it is now, we've seen Caps United coming under threat from Bikita Minerals from the 2 wings, from the left wing in the first incident and from the right wing on second incident. So which means Bikita Minerals came into this game trying to get an early goal and hopefully unsettle Caps United and gain control over this match.
And that's interesting encounter. Here comes Nare to Chapusha. Calm, though pushed over. Nare will try and spread it wide to Brighton Manire. Clips a long one forward. Looking for the tall, gangling Mambiala. The loose possession in the middle of the park. Shandira beaten to it. Good touch and entertaining football for Bikita. They've settled the far much better than Caps United. Bamus tried to use his pace, but nicely checked out there by Felix Moyo. Benyu. Shandira. Manokore. That one will be pushed out for a throw in on the far side. As Caps United attack the Mumhari and rather defend the Mumhari and throw in. Free kick adjudged by Lady Grace, or he had that one trickled out.
It appears that Bikita Minerals have settled into this game early enough for them to gain some measure of control in this game, and Caps United I think need to be settled more, to be composed, make the right decisions, and of course we acknowledge the pitch is not really as comfortable as one would want it to be, but all the same Caps United currently are not in the game yet.
Indeed, Mngiza does well, can whip in across here. It's a low one and it's missed again, another opportunity. Oh my goodness, Mambiala Love and one of them two are not communicating well to solve that one. Bikita now in attack, but Akencho, that problem still continues to haunt Caps United.
Yes, they can't finish. Look at the cross when it came in. There were two Caps United players coming for the same ball, and in the process they confused each other and the ball was allowed to roll across the Bikita goal line to safety.
Indeed, they survive offside. Josh on Jerry Ruzive. He looks like he's going to be a menace on that left channel of attack for the Lithium boys. Another blind pass from Caps United. Taona Temera to restart. Yeah, it's got a Banjers jersey. That's what caused the delay, because they had to fix that. Bikita Minerals, small little detail that teams they have to be wary of. But the game is truly underway. 5 minutes played so far. Goalless it is, match day 7. Caps United, can they conjure something out of this one as they win? A throw in on the far side. Bamusi, surely he should be leaving it for Eric Manokore, who said you should have played it to me and we would have progressed. Former captain to the new captain, with Manokore stripped of his captaincy. Ahead, Amontum Tuza couldn't direct it towards goal. And of course the change in captaincy is something that Caps had to do. They had to get some leadership in the pitch, with Manokore being, you know, stripped of his captains and Bamusi now the captain.
Yeah, well, that is of course a fingerprint that you can read out of Coach Lloyd Chitembwe. He's one strict disciplinarian, and of course I'm not surprised by him ringing those changes. But at the same time, it will also be an indication that he really wants to make things happen for Caps United. Of course, he hasn't been rolling. The results haven't been coming Caps United's way, so definitely some housekeeping will have to be introduced in the Caps United camp, and Caps United have done that.
Indeed. Throw in on the near side for Caps United. Lloyd Chitembo in a picture, conducting his orchestra. Can this machine be well oiled, green as it may? Will the oil be enough to get all 3 sets of points? Lithium boys will have a word or two about that. The launch, a long one forward, offside surely. Indeed. Admire Chirara, the first assistant on the near side. Had his flag, Ellie. Opportunity for Caps United to restart from the back. Shandira. Mumhari, the goalkeeper. It is still a game against Scotland, but since then it hasn't gone well for Caps United. Hastings Chapusha pushing it forward. Trying to clip one for Kevin Mangiz. Loves to go forward. One Tudza. Couldn't keep it in play. Kevin to apologize for that rushed pass throw into him. Lead them boys with the long one forward. Free kick. They were looking for there for Tino Tenda. Kusinyera, their tall central striker.
Look, that was a high boot coming in from Tanaka Shandirwa, earning himself, earning Bikita Minerals a free kick. Hopefully maybe something might come out of that if a good ball is flighted onto the edge of the box by Bikita Minerals.
It's a good one, and it's a good defensive, but it's just a certain good save from Mumhari on point blank. It was curling in there on the edge of the box from Spencer Mugariri. The number 15, he had picked his spot there perfectly, but Mumhari was on guard.
Yeah, indeed, the first save being called into duty for Mumhari. Look at that, he did control very well, and he picked up his spot, he fired in a shot, and of course Mumhari was equal to that task, punching the ball away for a corner.
Did the corner taken, but to be clear by Caps United. Ruan, the Namibian with the blind pass, fouled by one Tudza, quite lazy.
Yeah, a lazy tackle there, but in a dangerous position. We don't know whether Bikita Minerals have someone who is a free kick specialist who can cause problems for Cape United.
Indeed, they've got Blessing Kadugu there who will be watching this one. The right back knows how to send them in there, so is Tadiwa Nashe Musariramwa as well.
Earlier on, Valentine, we spoke about the delayed start by a few minutes because the Bikita Minerals goalkeeper had a name tag issue on his jersey. If you notice, the Bikita Minerals team all have initials on their names. I don't know whether it's a tradition, it's a cultural issue, or it's a suspicion issue, or a superstition issue, I don't know. But if you notice, Bikita Minerals names on their jerseys are only bearing the initials,
making our job quite complicated. Anyway, let's go, says the referee. That is Grace Gimo. Straight into the waiting arms of Mumhari, no problem there. From that is a Blessing Kangundu.
I think that was a wasted free kick in my view. You know,
so he has. So if you find a TN or something like that, we have to find Mumhari. Hastings Chapusha. He's the hub of all Caps United build-ups. Shandiro in the center circle. Manokore. Eric to Chapusha. Shandira, Tanaka. Good defensive work from the Bikita Minerals captain, Benedict Bera. Here he comes now. Fouled in the process. A man really to set himself and settle in for Caps United. He's had his challenges, stop and starting into the game. That is Leroy Benyu.
Yeah, but if you look at his type of play, he's one player who's comfortable playing the ball to his feet. He's skillful, he's stylish, he's got this flair about him in his game. But hopefully he's going to get settled in Cape United early enough.
Another chance for one Tuza. And that one misses the upright by a foot or two from one Tuza. Clipped in by Eric Manokore. There you go. Mtuza there. All the chances are always fall to him. But
the finishing, the execution, decision making.
Lucky and unlucky and lacking calibration of his boots or limbs. Shandiro now clipping a long one forward. Half foot pass. Carlton Mzambwa, edgeless at 37, still going strong, still a stalwart. He's seen so many battles, as that one is guided out by Hamon Nare for a goal kick. The fans, also beauty comes to the game.
Yes, you know, that's the beautiful thing about football. You know, it brings people of all kinds to the stadium to enjoy a beautiful day out as a family or as friends and colleagues. It's all an opportunity for people to come and enjoy. Oh, there was a crude tackle there, but they went for the ball. Yeah,
50-50.
Yeah, it was a 50-50 challenge there.
Free kick nonetheless. Kaguru to take it. Is the set piece taker we've noticed. So this one will be an in-swinger. Swung in, it's a good one. Another, no chance, and cleared by Kundai Benyu. But not too far away. Bubbles, they'll control this one. Kundai to mop up and pushes it back to his goalkeeper Monare, who plays it for Mabiala. Bamusi. Blocked chance for a throw in on the far side, trying to go on a counter-attack. Eric Manokore. Benyu back to Manokore. Clipping a long one forward. Who would receive for Caps United? So, they call him Biggie. That's his other name. Bikita spreading it. Wanumtuza. Rowan with a good cross. It's an engine. Well defended. A chance. Shadira. Couldn't. Blocked. Caps United paying for blood. They're not done here with asking the questions. Oh, finally that one will trickle out. Again and again. What would it take for them to find the back of the net, Joe?
But a promising move by Caps United. They needed a few, they exchanged a few passes here and there, and they find their way into the box. But of course, it is that final ball. Beautiful cross from the Namibian, and a timely intervention there by Bikita Minerals, clearing the ball into the air. But of course, it was a reload for Caps United, and we had Tanaka Shandirwa coming in with a follow-through shot, which of course did not trouble Bikita Minerals.
Indeed.
But promising for Caps United in this case.
Promising for Caps United. The first 15 we are in for this encounter. The first third of this encounter has been played. Goalless it remains. Caps United, the Green Machine Makepekepe, struggling to find the back of the net. They've so far this season scored 4, conceded 7. -3. Here they come. One Mutuza on the wing here. Can he whip in across with his left foot? Yes, it does. It's a good one. Header! Oh my goodness! Another chance goes begging there. Oh man! Will they live through some of these chances, John Kani?
Yes, if they don't turn these chances into goals, I think Caps United may have problems having to account for this game. Because if you look at it, it was a goal ball that was crossed into the box. Finas Bamus, of course, he lacked the appropriate height. He had the connection, but he was a bit below the ball, below the flight of the ball. So very unfortunate there for Caps United to let that one go. But otherwise, well, if you look at the positives, Caps United have been threatening in the past 2-3 minutes.
Indeed, Caps United looking to get to draw first blood. They need, I'm sure when they get their first goal, they would have unlocked quite a lot. Everything follows thereafter, I'm sure. It's that first goal that has been elusive for the past 3 games, 4 games for them. That has been their biggest Achilles heel. They've created chances, but they've buried them.
Indeed,
Bikita.
Indeed, Valentine, for their confidence and for their comfort, Caps United will do with a goal.
Indeed. Here they come now, Bikita Minerals with Msariranwa. Tries to beat another one, but Chapusha won't have any of that. Pushes that one for a corner kick. But this is one side that is never afraid. Never afraid. And of course, that's the young man, Tadiwa Nashe Musariramwa. Only 22 years of age, to 10 his 22nd birthday.
Yeah, he's been doing well on the right flank for Bikita Minerals. He's been troubling the Caps United defense on the left wing. And of course, we see that's another change that Coach Lloyd Chitengo introduced. We normally see Bruce Kangwa marshalling the Cape United defense on the left wing, and today they rang some changes.
Indeed, injured and confirmed by the coach. That is Bruce Kangwa. Amonaro finally claims that one cleanly. You'll find the Namibian, Rowan Tijuamba. Juamba now to one Tuza. To Manokore, crossfield pass. Trivela pass to him. Captain Idol push it back as they look for space. Chapusha now on the left channel. One Tuza checks in. Switches flanks looking for Phineas Bamusi. Cushion pass to Manir Brighton. Searching ball. Good one from Mambiala. Falls on the challenge. And that one is a massive chance. One Tuza! It goes over the net. Oh my goodness. What will it take for one Matuza to find the back of the net?
Well, we still wonder, Valentine. Cape United are doing well so far. If you look at the incidents that he ran into the box, he managed to squeeze in a cross when the ball looked like it was going away. Of course, the bounce deceived the goalkeeper. He parried the ball into the path of Mutuza, who came in with a shot which was timely blocked by Bikita Minerals, leading to a corner for Cape United.
Oh, this man. If you believe in ATR, African traditional religion, he needs to see a Sekuru.
They say into Zabantu.
Into Zabantu. Kuyabage Kubenzima, popular actor. Also in the President Ginger Heart. Some of the fans that you've met this and brave the weather. Cape United fans still can't believe it's still goalless in this encounter with the chances they've created. But I'm sure they'll be hopeful. They'll be hopeful.
They will be hopeful indeed, and looking proud in their team colors there. Cape United have done well, very well in terms of their branding, and even the fans have actually supported the cause. It's good to see that in football, Valentine, where actually even the fans take ownership of the brand. Fans take ownership of the team, and they want to be part of the story, and they are looking good in the Cape United. They want to be part of the story, and they are looking good in the Cape United colors there.
DC earlier on, Phineas Bamusi having a chat with the referee. I don't know what he was asking for, but the referee so far has been spot on with their decisions. That is Grace Gimmer.
I think he was appealing for a corner, because if you look at that ball there, when the goalkeeper punched the ball into the path of Mutuza, he fired into a goal, and that ball was blocked over the bar.
Just here for Amonare accepts it. It was a Trivela cross or pass or shot at goal. If it had gone in, we would have asked him what his intention was there. But Cape United will rebuild from the back. As usual, Chapusha will push them forward. Hastings. Mungis, the blind pass. Bikita to clear. They'll find that is Tinotenda Kusinyera. But Cape United regain possession. Nare, the goalkeeper now to restart. Manokore Eric. Tanaka, Shandirwa. Mungis. Treacherous pass. He's onside. Surely, I thought he was onside there. That is the danger man, Jerry Rosive.
Well, but the first assistant referee, Admire Chiraura, they had other ideas. But I thought it was a fair ball. You know, I think he was onside. But okay, fine. We are all human. We make mistakes here and there. But, well, Cape United benefited by getting an offside call in their favor.
Brighton Manire. Mabiala. Throw in for Cape United, the green machine. We are in the 22nd minute of this encounter. Goalless it remains. Here they come now. Free kick adjudged. Set piece opportunity for Cape United. Grace Gimo. Chapusha quickly takes it to Manokore. Rolls it to Bamusi. Can he whip in across? Yes, it does. Inside the 18 area, Mtuza. He's looking for that one. They're appealing for a penalty. Even the fans. But no chance for that at the moment. Mabiala. Cut back. Blocked for a corner kick. Better from Caps United again.
That was a good move by Caps United. They found their way into the box, and a good, tempting and enticing cutback there that came in. And of course, it was timely cleared away by Bikita Minerals. But otherwise, it was a good move by Caps United. They are finding their way into the box. Caps United will need a goal. Caps United will need to convert these chances that they are creating.
Misila, if you like, according to his jersey. But that is Mabiala. Corner kick to be taken by the Namibian. This will be an in-swing. Whipped in. It's a poor one. Falls there. Speculative and blazed over. No problem for Bikita Minerals. 23 minutes so far. It looks like Caps United are slowly coming into this one. Bikita Minerals started as the stronger side.
Yes.
In this encounter.
Yes, indeed. Bikita Minerals started strongly in this encounter. They threatened, they created themselves a few chances, couple of chances in the first 5-10 minutes of the game, and then Caps United, they finally gained control of this game. They found their way back, and all they need now is to convert the chances that they are creating, because Caps United are now threatening and in control of this game.
Middle of the park. Spencer Mgariri pushes it back, way back. Carlton Zambwa to mop up. Shandirwa to clean up, try to create something for Mabiala. That will find Phineas Bamosi. Can he whip in across? It's a good one, and well defended by Bikita Minerals for a throw in on the far side. It was their center defender Tidaisha Nyakope, but here comes Capson out with Manokore. It's a good cross. Mutuza couldn't latch on. Katal Mutsamba was there, timely at the right place at the right time. Shandirwa. Mutuza now tries to whip in, a shot is blocked, and they'll clear the lines. Bikita Minerals. Foul there by the tall gangling Tunotenda Kusinyera, born in 2002. 23-year-old lad, turning 23 this year, of course. Manire Mabiala is looking for a run from Phineas Bamusi, but not read by Bamusi, but good pressure from him to win a throw-in. Manokore with a cross, well defended once again by Bikita Minerals. Kevin and Shandirwa to chase. That one will kick out for a throw-in. Wilson to get it there. In a long jacket to keep warm as well. Cloudy, overcast conditions right here at Rufaro Stadium for this match day 7 encounter. For two sides desperate for 3 sets of points. Caps United sits second from bottom on 17th position. It's just 4 points so far from a possible 28. With Bikita Minerals sitting 15th. Themselves just 1 point ahead of Caps United. And this one carries off their second draw. They've got 2 draws, 1 win and 3 losses.
Which will be a result which is not favorable for either of the two teams that are playing today. Both teams are desperate for a win. Both teams are desperate for a full set of points. Yeah, of course, he landed awkwardly there when he went in for that header. It was a clean header. He was not fouled as it were. It was only his unfortunate landing that forced Nyakope to fall onto the ground and to pick up a few pain moments there in his unfortunate fall.
Indeed. Even the young ones had to be carried on the back to brave the weather. Future stars being brought by. It's good to see an all-female cast being there at the game.
It is.
Don't need
Daddy
to take you to the game, isn't it? You can go on your own.
Fans in the terraces, ladies in the terraces, a lady taking charge of this game is good visuals for the game of football. And of course, we also have all races coming to watch this game. You know, this is an open game. It's a beautiful afternoon, and everyone is welcome to come and watch this game. Yeah.
Scouts will always come to look for talent.
Yes.
The game that knows no creed, color, or religion unites everyone Wilson Tekere and his assistant trying to plot the downfall of the green machine, dismantle this machine that is lacking in confidence and in goals. Mangiz, it's a good cross again. The keeper well read, well parried away, commanding his area quite well. Counter-attack opportunity here. Looking for Msariranwa, but that was overcooked. Nare, Japusha, Manokore is tucking into that midfield role, receiving the ball to start all the Caps United race from the back. Manira Brighton. There you go. Brighton Manira with the long searching ball clipped forward. It's a good one. Jaden Kamuja went for the difficult option. Should have just turned away from goal. It was a better option.
I agree with you, Valentine. There was no need for him to commit further towards goal. You would have turned the other way around towards the corner flag. There was definitely support coming in from the blind side. I think there, look at it there.
Control it and turn it, son.
Yes. Yeah, he would have should have turned to his left hand side and then taking the ball from the inside.
Quick thinking always needed in the game of football. That's the big goalkeeper, Taona Temera. Couldn't find. That is the man Musariranwa, Tadiwa Naishe. Throw in. And he's looking for the ball from the ball boys. I'm sure you'll receive it. There's two of them. Come through and the other on the pitch. The referee to blow to get rid of it. Mangiz. Shandira does well. Tanaka. Shandira. One does well. Tanaka steals that one. Oh man, this is the final ball again. Fouled in the process. Yeah, clever from Shandira. He felt the, the pressure from behind and the touch on him. He had to go down and win a free kick for his team.
He did very well. I think it was a good maneuver for him. He first of all felt the marker behind him, and then he shielded the ball and he tried to hook it with his left foot. But of course, he was fouled in the process. But he did come off. It would have been a 10. That would have probably decided this game going forward.
There you have it.
Look at it there.
Clever. Yeah. Clever.
Yeah. He reminded me of the Ryan Gravenberch 10. You know, he's a good student of that play.
There you go. The second quarter, 30 minutes have been played so far this afternoon. Goalless it remains here at Rufaro Stadium. Match day 7 of the Casablanca Premier Soccer League. Can Caps United finally find the back of the net? They have a set piece to try that. It's a poor one. Bikita now on the counter. Msariranwa pushing it forward. Has beaten another man here. But to cover, Mangiza, Kevin does well. Nicely done by Shandira. Together with Hastings Japusha. Beautiful football. Then you can keep it in. Throw in on the near side. Blessing Kadugu to take it. At the right back for the Lithium boys. Sarirano, Tasley, Mangizi to clear. Mabiala to chase against Zabwa. Calm, showing his years of experience. The 37-year-old as his chest is down. Clips a long one forward. He's the eldest statesman on the pitch this afternoon. Here he comes now. Tajuma, the Namibian. Benyu, Kundai. Tajuma does well. Shandirwa, better play from Caps United. Spreading it wide. Pamusi to chase. Can he keep it in? It was quicker than the man, but a better interchange of play. Even the fans did applaud that.
Yeah, that was good play by Caps United. They are finding each other now. All they need is just the final ball. But this particular one by Tanaka Shandirwa, I think it took an unfortunate bounce on the slippery surface. Then it gained momentum and beating Bakari on the far side. Otherwise, it was a good move by Caps United. Blind
pass from one Tuza. Oh, good defense splitting pass here. Can he get there before Nare? Can't. Nare quick from his goal line area. Very incisive to play the sweeper's role there. Kagudu bless it. Throw in. He needs to know how to turn with his right to his right. Can't be a left-footed player that can turn to your right. You need to have the confidence to turn to your right at some point in time.
It's just like we have seen in world football, Valentine, that the left-footed player can actually play on the right-hand wing, on the right-hand side, and even a right-hand player, a right-legged player can actually play even on the left wing. Yeah, the inverted player in modern football is something that is not amazing. It's not anything new that we have seen. We have seen that quite often in modern day football.
Calvin Mangiz. So Juma was Juhamba Rowan for a fellow Kodli. Clutching his hamstring there. Let's hope he's okay for Caps United's sake. Also riding in agony is the Bikita Minerals player. Still to make out who it is. Let's hope he is going to be okay to continue. As we are now into the final third of this encounter. 2/3 of this encounter have been played so far. Goalless it remains. The Caps United bench warming up. They've got the speedy wing of that is Junior Bunjira, as well as the tall gangling Joseph Emmanuel Mbolo, who I feel if you can be whipping those crosses from the wing play, you can be a great target man for Caps United.
Yes, if you also look at the fact that Caps United are sending in crosses into the box, which are just appealing and waiting for a finisher, you then have Joseph coming in and probably being the solution to that problem. And even if Coach Lloyd Chitembwe were to introduce young Bunjira, he's one player who can work his way out and send in interesting crosses into the box, which are then needing a finisher to make sure that chances are converted.
Chapusha on the near side. Crosses the center line, checks in, pushes it back to Blessing. Rather Brighton Manera. Bamusi does well. Beats two markers. Is going. Beats the third. And the pass. Couldn't complete it. But that was good and aggressive from him. Shandira. Chapusha to restart the attack. Manira. Bamosi playing today on the right. You're familiar with him playing on the left. Today he had to accommodate Rowan Jihumba, the Namibian. Chapusha! We know him to be able to take them from afar, but that one was tame and lame. He wanted to surprise the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Is there a surprise element also part of the game, I'm sure?
Yeah, of course, a surprise element is needed in the game of football. But then once you do that, you take that option from that range, you need to give it a more efficiency and more accuracy. Of course, he had the distance, but I don't think when the ball arrived in the goal area, it had enough sting. Even if it were on target, I don't think it was going to trouble the goalkeeper.
Caps United pressing high, but Bikita unfazed. Here they come now with a chance, looking for Tinotenda. Kusinyera throw in. There they have their game tomorrow. Crosses whipped in. To chase is of course Jerry Ruzive. Can he keep it in play? Yes, he does. Oh, it was a good interchange of play with Spencer Mugariri, but a good block there from Eric Manokore, not to allow him to get the return pass. Chapusha with Hamon Nare to restart for Caps United. The attack from their own half in their own 18 area. Manira Brighton. Hamon Nare. Here's things to push now to push it forward. Crosses the center line into enemy territory. Tries a Trivela pass to one Matuza, but not completed. Bikita Minerals, they're rushing their passes.
Yeah.
They need to calm down, and sometimes that delayed pass could help them get their men and complete a pass.
It will appear like Bikita Minerals have been rattled by the way Caps have been coming at them. So now there's some element of panic, there's some element of rushing their play. They haven't been doing what they did in the first 10 minutes of the game, where they took charge of the game. Right now they're making unforced errors, making wrong decisions, and maybe playing wrong balls into promising areas.
Manire wins the free kick from Sarirano. One Tuza does well to find the Namibian Chigwamba. Again trying to whip that cross, but the precision lacking. He's not happy with himself.
Yeah, he's not. He didn't give that ball enough curl. He didn't wrap his boot around the ball so that the ball would come back towards the penalty spot and onto the edge of the 6-yard box for someone to finish. A disappointing cross there from the Namibian and a disappointing move for Caps United.
Throw in. The Caps United, the green machine. Free kick. Tussling and fighting at two. Was too tight to his man there. The referee won't have any of it. Commanding the referee from Tadiwa Nashenya Kope. And the referee will pull the player back. She won't have any of that nonsense. Commanding and orchestrating this game with finesse, command and control.
So far she's been the queen of the castle. She's been doing well so far. She hasn't made any atrocious decisions. She is in charge. She is in control. And so far, so good for Lady Grace Gimo.
Chance there, Bikita to clear. Benyu fighting and tussling. One Matuza. Free kick. The just thought that was a handling offense by Bikita Minerals player. Maybe he was fouled in the process before handling.
But I thought it was Kundai Benyu who went with the ball. Yeah, he was beaten to it, and then of course his arm was flinging, and then it got in contact with the ball. Look at that. He actually pulled it back. He actually pulled the ball back. So I think he's lucky to survive a card in that incident. Yeah. Kundai Benyu, you are lucky, my man.
Bikita, when you to clear. Searching ball for Mabiala to chase. The Bikita Mineral defense resolute so far this afternoon. Here they come in the middle of the park, trying to dominate through the captain, Bera. There is the captain. Bera now finds the pass. Good turn from Tana. A chance! Oh my goodness! Delightful football. They survived Caps United here. That was close. As they were looking for Jerry to finish off, as we're left with 5 minutes and optional time still to play. But tells you how this Bikita Mineral side can be very dangerous with their passing.
There can be a problem. Caps United were saved by the offside flag there. Otherwise, Bikita Minerals had exchanged a few passes, found each other, and they threaded their way past the Caps United defense, which of course was adjudged to be offside, and rightly so, it was an offside.
And that here comes now Jerry Ruzive, blocked again by Eric Manuka. Today they're doing well. They're not allowing them to play that pass and go, and it's good to check in the player. When you know you're not going to get rid of him, just put your body in the way.
Yes.
Don't allow him to go anywhere.
Which is good. We even saw that in the Caps United warm-up routine, that they were actually working on their defensive formations, which is actually something that we are seeing now even in the field of play. And of course, Caps United have been tight at the back.
Shandira fouls, but foul not given. Bamusi checks, beats his marker, leaves him for dead. He's on his bike now. Mabiala with a good cross inside. Good defensive work again. Benyu does well to mop up. Kundai. Shandira Manokore. Benyu. Manokore. Too slow. Loses possession unnecessarily and concedes a throw in for Caps United. 42 minutes have been played, 3 minutes plus optional time still to play. It hasn't been a very bad game to watch for the neutrals, though the goalkeepers haven't really been asked to do much, save for Mumhari, who hit a sting shot. He put it away, and again, FA. Oh my goodness!
No, it's the player who ran in for that ball came in from the inside. I think this time the assistant referee got it all wrong. The player who ran in for the ball was actually coming in from onside position.
Oh man!
Oh, unfortunate for Bikita Minerals. They played their way into.
They've got some slick passing.
They've got some slick passing there, Valentine. They tried their way past the Cape United defense, and of course, unfortunately, are judged to be offside.
Survive, they do, Caps United. Eric Manokore to Shandiro. Pushes it back to Manira. Brighton. Hastings Shapusha. In attack, it remains as a back three for Caps United. Clips a long one forward looking for Mangiza Kelvin. Can he get there? He can't. Quicker to get there was Blessing Gangundu. Here comes Kundai Benyu. Whips in. Trying a Kela to surprise the goalkeeper, but can't find the top corner. And that one will trickle. Will rather go for a goal kick. Second ball in. Pushed out by Mabiala. Bilsa. Bikita Minerals goalkeeper hasn't had much to save this afternoon.
Yeah, hasn't been involved in much action. Caps United, because they are lacking the precision, but Caps United are also creating the chances. They've done well. They are finding their way into the Bikita Minerals box, but it's just the finishing that has been eluding Caps United. That's why Bikita Minerals goalkeeper Bikita Mera, the 27-year-old who's getting his second start this afternoon, hasn't been bothered. He hasn't sweated for his money this afternoon.
Here they come now. He's a potted man here. That is Lee Manucci. He's trying to create something from the middle of the park, the number 13 for Bikita Minerals. Manokore will push it back to his goalkeeper, Harmony Nare. You'll find Hastings Shapusha. I think when the game finishes, he's always the man with the most touches. Hastings Shapusha.
Yeah, because I mean they are playing from the back, they are building from the back, and it's always opening up for play. And rightly so, he gets the ball, most of the balls, and he's heavily involved in the game.
A free kick. Eric Manokore wanted it. He wants it. And is asking them to go in. You find Phineas Pamusi quickly taken. Waste. As they push it all the way back with everyone having moved to attack the ball. Pamusi now. Good touch to Manire. Throw in.
And with only 1 minute added in the first half, 1 minute of stoppage time added in the first half, there isn't much that we can expect before the teams are called into their dressing room for a pep chat with their respective coaches. But as we see that injury there coming in there, when he cleared the ball to safety for a throw in, I think it is a follow through from Manokore, which got the better of him, thereby calling for attention, medical attention to be rendered for him. Otherwise, well, maybe a first half for Valentine that has produced a few sparks here and there, but generally a quiet game, a quiet first half that we've witnessed this afternoon.
Here comes Manire. Chance for the referee.
Yeah, well,
and the referee will blow to end this one, Joe. Your quick assessment as the referee. Will have something to say to the Bikita Minerals captain and explain yourself. Very commanding.
She will have to, because Bikita Minerals, they are rightly sending a questions there regarding that offside call that they feel aggrieved. Because in all honesty, I think Bikita Minerals have a case there. That offside call, I think, went against them unjustifiably so, because the player who ran in for that ball was coming from the onside position. But of course, it's a game that nothing can be taken away from Cape United. They've done themselves very well. They've also created a few chances for themselves. It's only the finishing that has eluded them. Bikita Minerals also came into the first half threatening to get an early goal, which of course they did not get. And then Cape United clawed their way back into the game, threatened here and there, got control of the game of the first half. So it's the first half that belonged to either team, and of course it's no team has found a goal in this first 45 minutes. Hopefully the coaches will incite firepower up front, and hopefully we get to see a goal at least from one of the two teams.
Half-time interval, a moment's pause. The scoreline reads a goalless course. Both teams have battled with strength and might, yet neither heals in this fiercely fought afternoon. The Makebekebe attack has been well contained. Bikita Minerals' defense has remained unstained. The Green Machine's creativity has been thwarted so far, while the visitors' counterattacks have left Cape United scared. The tension builds, the drama unfolds. The second half certainly will promise more. As will the deadlock be broken? That's a question we'll be coming to answer the next 45 as we go back right now to the studio for halftime analysis from Valentine Mabugu and John Kani, your match analyst. We'll be back after 15.
Halftime then at the ceremonial home of football, and it's Cape United, Makepekepe, nil. The Lithium Boys, Bikita Minerals, nil. As you saw, Cape United, you saw they having more chances at goal, but poor finishing, inept decisions. They're costing them. Will it end like this? But Bikita Minerals, I'm sure you'll agree as well, they're definitely not outclassed by Cape United, and they had a somewhat controversial call there against them for offside by referee Grace Gimo after she agreed with one of her referee's assistants. But as you heard there from our two guys, it seemed a bit controversial. So 0-0 it is, and as it stands, Bikita Minerals still in 15th position, Cape United still in 17th position. And I can tell you that at Gibbo Stadium, it's goalless between the hosts, the Sugar Boys, the Triangle United, who are taking on the Miracle Boys, Yada, 0-0. And at Sakuva, well, the Tel 1 FC Wi-Fi has been temporarily turned down by the Gem Boys, Manica Diamonds, because Manica Diamonds are leading by 2-0. But we don't know what will happen in the second half. Maybe they'll re-switch that. As we see the scenes from Rufaro Stadium, the Cape United, Kepe Bora fans there just singing, maybe anticipating that today they will get the formula right. But so far, nothing has come right for them. Achiford Mundawa and Bekim Pelonyoni are still here. As we see, yes, you saw that shot of the former Cape United free scoring striker, also played, of course, for the Warriors. That's Alois Munjira, Gaza, Crisscross, Zola. And they are the scenes from Rufaro Stadium. Yes, they say, well, one man said it, regarded by many as the finest player ever produced in the game. That's Pele. He called it the world's most beautiful game. Well, other people will tell you Diego Maradona. And nowadays, some people will tell you the little great number 10. And the other people will tell you the strongly built number 7, CR7. And yes, well, like I said, Achiford Mundava, Uche, and Coach Bex, Bekim Pelonyone, are still here in the studio. And I'll start with you, Coach Bex. Well, Bikita Minerals are definitely not outclassed.
Yes, Bikita Minerals not outclassed. I think they've really done their best, and with some bit of luck, I'm sure they should have been leading, because I think that call where they felt that even when we were watching, we felt that was not an offside, but the referees saw otherwise, and the Bikita themselves at halftime, you could see their captain showing that he was complaining that you guys, you let us down in one way or another. They have been defending playing very well, and as a result, we have seen that as much as Caps have been attacking, they haven't had any clear chances where we could say they have to be scoring, because every time they get the ball in the 18 area, there is a Bikita defender who is there to try to disturb or to block. That on its own shows they are playing their part very well.
And I know it will be early days yet. I'm not trying to scare all you Caps United supporters, but now let me not say it. As we take a look again at what is happening at Rufaro, Uche is still in the house.
Yes, CNN. Statistically, so far so good for Bindura Minerals. Look, if you look at the log, they've shipped 10 goals and scored 5. So it means for every goal they score, their defense concedes 2. But in the opening 45 minutes so far,
some stat,
so far so good. But the sticking point for them was precision in front of goal. They have had 2 attempts on target, but it's so surprising. Caps have nil attempt on target so far. Just 4 attempts off target, but they haven't troubled the beginner goalkeeper, that is Tawana. He's more of a tourist today. He hasn't been troubled. So if Bikita Minerals in the second half, they are precise in front of goal, they can get a goal or 2. Caps United overpassing the ball in unnecessary areas. There is no sharpness up front. The venom is still lacking. I think at halftime, Lloyd Tambwe needs to inject some venom in his strikers, because up front, the goalkeeper for Bikita or Minerals is on holiday.
Yes, you know, I'm sure you must have enjoyed the pictures there of those 2 dads, just some dance jive, some dance routines. I'm sure Sulu Chimbetu or Ja Preza will love that. Right, let's take a look at the highlights. And Caps United having more cracks at all, more chances, should I say, more chances at goal. That was the earlier effort, and there was just it was not enough to beat the Bikita Minerals goalkeeper. And the Namibian left wing back for Caps United really bringing in some telling crosses there, coach Bex. That's Chiwumba, that's Rowan. Really having a good game.
Yes, he has been having a good game, and I think the crosses which have made, they have been very good crosses, such that if the midfielders and the strikers were more alert, I think Caps could have got something. And I think what is disappointing is from the left, we are having very good crosses, and we expect the same to come from the captain, and we haven't seen much from the captain coming from the right, so that at least they can put a lot of pressure on their opponents.
And Caps were still at it as they were continuing there, but not getting right. And I must say, the Bikita Minerals rear guard, shielded by the impressive goalkeeper, doing very well, thwarting those Caps United attacks. They'll just need to be, I don't know what they have to do at halftime now. Lloyd Tambwe will have to conjure up something, because the crosses are coming in, but there's really nobody to finish that. It just makes you want to turn the clock way back, and as Bikita there coming in as well, but Caps United really could not dispatch those ones. But although a small crowd at Rufaro Stadium, people really enjoying themselves. I was just saying, Uche, it really makes you, maybe a Caps United supporter, to rewind the clock many years to talk of an awesome front line that had Stanley Sinyon Dunduma, Sheki Tauro, Friday Piri. I mean, if they were there around today, Bikita could be down by 4 or 5 already.
Yeah, that team of yesterday, CNN, it was merciless up front. If the Mr. Goals doesn't get in, Friday Amayenge Piri will be there. Yep. If Friday Amayenge doesn't get it, then Joe Jubilishambo will also be there. If Joe Jubilishambo doesn't, then Sticker will also be there.
Oh yeah, the dance. Sorry to butt in. I love this. I love this. Hey, Sulu and Japreza, take a note. If there's a vacancy there in your band, these are the people to get hold of. Then they say football is the world's most beautiful game. Yes, which you were saying.
So CNN, look, 0-0. The Cape United fans, they are singing, edging their team up front. This is what we want, CNN. Not only to sing when your team, the chips are up. When the chips are down, you need to inflate the venom in the boys. Look, we are Cape United. Let's go far. This is very important. This is the fuel that the players need. That's why we say the 12th man is the Superman. They can tilt the balance of power in favor of Cape United. But again, the importance of supporters is also being shown by Bikita Minerals. Look at their traveling conditions on the Vietnam stand. They're also edging their players.
Yeah, and we see those supporters. People really having a ball at Rufaro Stadium. Never mind the rains. They've said, no, we don't worry about the rains. They're really having a good time there at the ceremonial home of football. And of course, we rewound the clock many years ago for Makepe. And just recently, well, maybe 10 or so years, Cape United missing that man, Shaki, of course, Nyasha Mushekwe. Oh my word, Coach Bex, if Shaki was in there, we could be talking of something else.
Yeah, we could be talking of something else, especially the crosses which were coming, headers. He was very good with the headers. Any header it comes, it's in the goal, not heading aside whatsoever, straight into the goal. And this is what Caps is missing at the moment. But I want to believe during second half, the coaches will try to make sure that they reorganize, because they say the second half belongs to the coaches. And we want to see who exactly is going to be prevailing between the two, Mutekede or Chitemke.
But it's not only about Makepe, like we said. The Lithium boys have not been outdone here. As we saw, Tadiwa Nashe Morasiranwa really having, for me, the outstanding player for the Lithium boys, really having a field day down that right flank. And we will see what happens in the second half. Just a reminder that at Gibbo Stadium is 0-0 between Triangle United and Yada, and at Sakuva Stadium it's 2-0 in favor of the Gem Boys Manica Diamonds against Tel One, who really have been in full flight under Hebet Marua Jompano. But can he come back in the second half? Well, we'll have to wait and find out. We're almost ready, aren't we, for the second half? 0-0. Remember, both teams need 3 points. As the Cape United bench, you can see there, Junior Bunjira is one of those. I don't know whether he will be thrown into the fray in the second half. And Uche, just talking about Junior Bunjira, do you think he's needed right now?
Right now, I don't think so. But again, we have something lacking via that channel. There's no oomph via the right channel for Cape United.
That's right, no oomph. Let's wait to find out who will provide us with the oomph as we rejoin Vava, Valentine Mabugu, and Joseph Nkani. We'll be talking to you at the end of the night. Well, we're still waiting to reconnect with Vava and Jose there, as the teams are still, have to get the game underway. Oh, I had, well, it's good. It's a good time. I had forgotten to ask you guys the predictions, but seeing that it's 0-0, quickly, before we go back, let me start with you, Uche. Your prediction is 0-0, so it's safe to ask you.
1-0 to Cape United.
1-0 to Makepe. Yeah. Coach Bex.
1-0 to Bikita Minerals.
So you have guessed it. It's going to be 1-1 for me at Rufaro Stadium. I think the two guys are ready for us. Let's rejoin Vava and Jose.
$19 for 63. 60 Mira, set up it.
For Vava and Jose to rejoin us. As you can see now, the Bikita Minerals will be playing from right to left, and a change is going to be made there, a change by Wilson Mutekede, as we wait for play to resume in the second half here.
So CNN, the player was coming there, He's a forward, so it shows now Bikita Minerals are going for the broke.
Yeah, they're going for the broke, definitely.
Going for broke.
Yes, because they've brought in a forward, which is a sign that they want to see some changes, especially up front, and add some bite.
Right. I think we got Vava and Jose. So let's rejoin them.
The second half of the Castle Lager Premier Soccer League encounter between Caps United and Bikita Minerals. The Green Machine came out strong in the first half, creating several scoring opportunities, but unfortunately they couldn't find the back of the net. Bikita Minerals, on the other hand, have been clinical on their counter-attack, using their slick passing game to catch Caps United off guard. The question on everyone's mind is, can Caps United finally find the breakthrough? They've been chasing and been frustrated this afternoon. Or will Bikita Minerals' solidity at the back continue to frustrate the home side? The intensity is high and the crowd is on the edge of their seats here at Rufaro. Let's see how these two teams approach the second half. My name is Valentine Mapugu. Still have John Canning. Bikita Minerals ringing the charges going into the second half.
Yes, I think it's also another statement of intent by Coach Wilson Mtekede for Bikita Minerals to say, guys, let's go and get a goal out of this game, because it still remains an open game. Any team that's going to score the first goal in this encounter will probably get some control of the game and probably get all the 3 points. So a good change maybe for Bikita Minerals, ringing the changes right at the stroke of halftime, and we wait to see if it's going to yield any positive results of the visitors from Bikita.
And of course, they have now introduced Innocent Masiwa for that is Tinotenda Kusenyera. But here comes Caps United. Bamusi. Benyu couldn't control that one. Here comes Bikita. It was a pass intended for Tadiwa Nashem Sarana from Jerry Ruzive, but couldn't find him. Mabiala. Throw in for Bikita Minerals. Caps United looking for that early goal to unsettle Bikita Minerals. They haven't been finding the back of the net in the last 3 encounters. Caps United, they'll be desperate to see that net bulge this afternoon. Open foot, high boot from the young men, and the referee will show the first yellow card to Spencer Mugariri. Acknowledges the young man as he apologizes to the referee, Grace Gimo. So far he has handled this one exceptionally well. Indeed, he went in hard.
Yeah. But if you look at it, both feet were high. It's only that Tanaka Shandiro had control of the ball. That's how he got the benefit of the decision there. But otherwise, it was both feet were actually elevated to dangerous levels. But of course, free kick to Caps United.
Manokore behind it. Let's see how Caps United want to execute this one. Yellow card to Spencer Mugariri, confirmation. Here they come now. Jerry couldn't keep it to find the man in red. Caps United now attacking from left to right on your screens in all green and white. And Bikita in red with a touch of white, attacking from right to left. So that's their goalkeeper. That is their goalkeeper, Tawana Temera Biggie. Rolls it on the tap. Here at Rufaro Stadium, kicks a long one forward. Shandira with cushion head at his goalkeeper, Hamon Nare. Manokore with the forward pass. But Bikita controls this one as they cross the center line. Here they come now with their slick passing. But well read. The Mingiz. Menu controls well. Shandiro now, good play. Bamusi, what can you do now? Bamusi checks in, can't find anyone in red, goes back. Manira Brighton clips a long one forward. Shandiro with the header. Tijuma was looking for Mabiala. Well read by the resolute Bikita Minerals defense. They haven't put a foot wrong this afternoon.
Yeah, well, they've done so well to shut out Caps United. And of course, it's not because Caps United are not threatening threatening passes into the Bikita Mineral box. They are, but I think it's the defense that is well marshaled by Bikita Minerals. Your defensive lineup of your Felix Moyo, your Tadiwa Nashe, Chelsea Makope, who have stood resolutely at the heart of the Bikita Minerals defense.
Frustrated Lloyd Chitembwe. He doesn't know how he can help his players score. Benyu, the dreadlocked number 8. It's played in Scotland, Estonia, now home in the country of birth for his parents, Zimbabwe. Here he is, turns away from his marker nicely. Pamusi fouled. Free kick. He still wants to go to the left side, Pamusi, where he's usually accustomed to. Now he has to shift to the right channel.
He usually torments defenders from the Cape United left wing, but today he was shifted to the right wing for Cape United. But still, instinctively, you want to drift to your natural position or to a position where you enjoy most.
Tanaka Shando clips in. And gives it to mop up. Pamusi to Eric Manokore. Good cross on the 6-yard box. That was on the edge of the 18s. He couldn't get it right, the goalkeeper, but it was good counter-attack.
Yeah,
Wilson Tekede was excited but disappointed.
Good counter-attack. I think where he got it wrong, he allowed the ball to bounce. The surface is slippery, so you need to be careful how you address the ball, how you attack the ball when it's sent through to you. Do you allow it to touch the ground and bounce off the slippery surface, or you actually catch it while it's still in flight?
Mabiala to the wrong man. Center circle, Tanaka Shandira beaten to it. Again, they are slick, number 13, Lee Manucci. Good play in the middle of the park there. It's been really, really exciting for Bikita Minerals as the goalkeeper launches another attack here. Kevin Mangizi to clear. Carlton Zamba, former Cape United, and Wange as well. Veteran of many battles, stalwart in defense, played for the national team too. Throw in on the far side. 52 minutes so far played. Goalless it remains. Both sides there to find the back of the net. Foul, free kick awarded rightfully on Tadiwa Aishe Mura Siranmwa.
He was impeded there as he threaded his way past Cape United marker there. I think it's also speaking of a team that is trying to find his grip onto the match, and we wait to see a free kick that is well executed and that punishes an opponent. So far, we haven't seen any. Can Bikita Minerals make something out of this free kick as we see the ball being flighted?
It's a poor one. Easy to defend for Cape United. Now they can go on counter with Shandira crossing the center line. Being harassed, trying to take it quickly. He wanted it to take it quickly, but wasn't allowed to. Very intelligent covering from the Bikita Minerals defense. And he's a man that is on a yellow card. He has to tread very carefully. That is Spencer Mgari. He has to be very, very careful. And Cape United make a meal out of it.
Why waste that ball?
Oh, they get second bite of the cherry. Fortunate for them.
Yeah.
There you go. There she is. Move on. She's saying.
And she was emphatic in sending that message.
Yes. Good at lip reading, are you, Joe?
Yeah, well, in that instance, I got it right, Valentine.
Free kick. Going Bikita Minerals' way. Then it might be
The 2025 edition of the Zimbabwe International Trade Fair, ZITF, is here. Bulawayo, welcome alive from 21 to 26 April 2025 as the annual multinational expo takes center stage under the theme Industrialization, Crafting an Integrated Economic Landscape. Don't miss this opportunity to showcase your brand. For exciting advertising packages on ZBC TV, ZBC Radio, and digital platforms during ZITF Week, get in touch with ZBC Marketing on email marketing@zbc.co.zw or contact Robson Masunda on 0716 484 712 or Martha on 0719 593 532.
There's only one place to find all your favorites, but sometimes this happens. E16 errors are caused by a few different things, but they are easy to clear without fuss or queues. Just dial your country's USSD code, select Fix Errors, enter your IUC number, and select the error code E16. Or scan this QR code to download the new My DSTV app. Tap the Fix button on the homepage, select E16 error from the drop-down menu, and tap Clear Error. Staying connected to your home of entertainment is always in your control with DSTV.
I think Shandira had a good connection with the ball. His technique was good. He sent in a shot from his right out-footer boot. Of course, it had too much elevation and flew over the crossbar. Look at Kundai Benyu. They laid it out for Shandira, but of course Shandira was under the ball, and then it flighted over the bar to give Bikita Minerals a goal kick.
Goal kick, clicked forward. Throw in on the far side, where Blessing Gangudu is to take the throw in just for the visitors, the Lithium boys who made the long journey to the capital. They'll definitely love to take back 3 sets of points. A draw, I'm sure they'll smile at. Caps United are the ones who are really under pressure because of the demands of their fans. Long one forward from Manira. Mabiala to chase. Can he get onto that one? He can't latch onto that one. Well read by Taona Temera, the goalkeeper for Bikita Minerals, having more involvement in this game so far now. Manokore. Benyu. Touched on to the man in red, Carlton Mzabo. Finds a good pass. Good touch. Now on counter, the new man is in. Bikita Minerals now. 5 players checked out. Crosses whipped in. A chance. Acres of space. Offside. Oh man, from Innocent Masiwa. Offside by the man Kudakwasha Tigere on the far side, the second assistant.
Yeah, well, another move by Bikita Minerals. Of course, Caps United, I think they did very well to marshal their lines there to make sure that they keep a clean line of defense, which then caused Bikita Minerals falling into an offside position. But otherwise, a good move from the right flank by Bikita Minerals, not well executed in terms of managing the lines and therefore going into an offside position. As we see Kundai Benyu, they're being impeded. He tried to check in, and of course, because of the momentum, he was clipped his ankles.
Yep. Manokore behind it, Shandira playing with him. And they're asking each other how to execute this one. They look at the bench as they discuss it among themselves.
From this position, Valentine, you'll expect a ball that's flighted to the far post. Yeah, which he tried to do, but of course the ball was flighted straight into the keeper's hands.
Counter attack. Well read by Kelvin Mangiza. Kelaya. The session ball to Bamusu. Just controlled nicely. Was looking for Benyu, but couldn't find him. They're trying defense splitting part. Tries to check in two players, but not quite. Hard tackling, and the card surely to Manire. Went 2 foot open on that is Innocent Masiwa. Yellow card. The first one for Capsona, the second one of the afternoon. From Lady Grace Gima. Indeed, the momentum. Dangerous tackle.
Yeah, the momentum.
We know it's a wet surface. There you go. 2 open-footed.
Yeah, dangerous tackle there. Of course, the surface also played a part in that move. Yeah, because he came in with a sliding tackle. Of course, he was slippery, and then he couldn't control his run, his momentum, running onto the feet of the Bikita Minerals player there.
61 minutes have been played. I'm on a favorite for that one. Yeah, they come now. Bamusi. Poor pass again from Bamusi. The captain Bera does well. His end products not completed. Shandira. Manokore pushes it back. Hastings Chapusha to cross the center line. One Tuza, awfully quiet in the second half. Manira sitting on a yellow. Kundai Benyu fouled. Yeah, he's been subjected to many fouls in the second half. Kundai Benyu tells you of how he's now exerting himself in the middle of the park to try and control and string passes and create something for Caps United. They need now to start making use of these set pieces as the scoreboard reads there. Goalless it is after 62 minutes.
But the fans are not happy.
Yeah, there you have it.
They need a goal.
The home fans, you would say. Eric Manokora. The good cross is a good one. There was a scissors kicks attempt from Mabiala. Not executed. Good defensive work from Eric Manokora. As the pass was being threaded for the dangerous Jerry Rozive. That's Manokora for you, former captain. As the season began and stripped of his captaincy. Good touch from Bamusu to Benyu. Okay, Jerry now chasing. That's where they need to catch it because he doesn't have pace. Jerry with the cross. No problem from Hamon Nare. That's where the danger is. Brighton Manira is not quick. Heston Sapusha is not quick. And they have to be very, very wary, and they have to be aware of that Bikita Minerals. Foul.
Tanaka Shanjir was there coming in here with a high boot. Caps United were saying, Valentine, they need to be wary of the counter attack.
Disrespecting the referee, Shandiro, being shown the card as he moves away. He had to face the referee, but didn't.
He didn't, yeah. A sign of disrespect there. We were talking about Caps United having to be careful about the Bikita Minerals passes. And that's another crude tackle there by Tanaka Shandiro onto the Bikita Minerals captain.
He's lucky.
Yeah, he's lucky to escape with a yellow card there.
That was full-blooded open foot.
And again, it may also speak of the tension or the frustration on part of Caps United that they are doing everything right, they just can't finish off
the referee having a chat with Shandira.
Yes. And we'll see Caps United will be making a few changes, preparing to bring in a player there. We'll wait to see who they are bringing in.
Free kick, clipped forward, just on the edge of the box here. They couldn't thread the pass. and complete it. Caps United will get away with the long searching ball looking for Mabiala. Bisila. Bikita Minerals unfazed as Caps United regain possession with Mangiza. Calvin, former FC Platinum. Here comes Bikita Minerals now. Masiwa keeps control of play, tries to beat the two markers and wins a free kick in the process. Brighton Maniri, he has to be careful, he's on the yellow. He was almost beaten there.
Caps United are preparing Bakari to come in. Jaden Bakari is coming in
for one Tuza.
Yes, Yuan Tuza calls it a day. Yeah, well, he tried his part. He made those runs into pockets of space, but of course nothing came out of it, and he's being pulled out by coach Lloyd Chitembwe, who's trying to get something out of this game. Desperately so for Caps United, desperately so for coach Lloyd Chitembwe.
Cross is whipped in, it's a good one, it's a good ball inside the 18 area, but defended well by Caps United. Shandira, can he launch another Caps United attack? Yet injury foul. Indeed, the laws of the game nowadays says the referee can stop play if it's a head injury. As you can see there, it's a head injury on Ruzibe
Tinashe Jerry.
Yes. They are nowadays being treated with high alert importance. Wilson Tegede still bucking instructions, trying to reorganize his team. Bakari, is he okay? Looks to be okay as he speaks to the medic. A team led by Munashe Magwiza, who is the team doctor. Drop ball and give possession. Looks like Benu. He had his hands high and an elbow on Ruziba.
Yeah, and very unfortunate.
Yeah, non-intentional.
Yeah, it was not malicious.
Hamonare to Eric Manokore. To his new captain, Phineas Pamusi. Pamusi with a poor cross inside the 18 area. Good control for Mangize. Juma. The throw in favor of Bikita Minerals. Blessing Kangudu to take it. They know rush shot savers. The clock is ticking away the wrong side for Caps United. But okay for Bikita Minerals. I'm sure they'll take it to against a Caps United side who are expected to beat them. On paper, that is. Mangiza will let that one trickle out and quickly will take a throw in. Benyu to control for Caps United. Kundai. Manire. Bamusi. With the free kick. I think he sold one to the referee and she bought it.
Yeah, she did. Well, that's his type of play. He likes holding on to the ball. But at times, there are times when I think probably he's holding on to the ball for too long. But of course, he's a confident player. He's one player who likes to play the ball to his feet. And he's a very confident player who wants to weave his way through past his markers. But in this case, of course, he was clipped. And, well, a fair challenge as it were. But at the end of the day, Grace Jimo gives a free kick to Caps United. Can they make use of it?
Indeed. Eric Manakor behind it. He had to ask Rowan Juhamba, the Namibian, to move away as he's got a better plan. Let's see how he's going to execute this one as the referee gives instructions that any taking and shoving, I will give a foul either way. Here we go. Manokore. Keeps a good one. Here a chance to shoot. Blocked. Another chance to shoot. Blocked. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. High boots. A bit high. Fortunate for Caps United. It was, close to the head. He had nicked it.
Caps United were under threat on the counter. If Bikita Minerals had won out of that move, it would have been problems for Caps United because they are slick, they are fast. When they exchange their passes, as we see that play again. It was very high. It was very high. Yeah,
shot player.
Good for him in this case.
Good for him. They survive. Another set piece for Caps United to execute. They need a bit of height fuel to think they will divert already. The big Cameroonian Emmanuel Joseph Mbolo to attack first. He did well at Battlefield Stadium, but didn't get as many crosses whipped in for him to get at the end of them all. Benyu steady behind together with Manokore.
I think it's Benyu going for it.
You'll go for goal, you right?
I suspect he's going for goal.
Oh, off target just a bit. Well tried. Well tried. That's the intention. You need to have the confidence to do it.
Yes, indeed. And the sort of variation. Most of the free kicks that Caps United were getting, they were sending it onto the edge of the box. But this time around, he tried to go for target. But of course, he had too much curl on that particular ball. But otherwise, he was looking for the near post. And of course, the keeper, the goalkeeper Temera, would claim that he had covered that post. But otherwise, good variation from the part of Caps United.
Goalless. Second half of this encounter comes now. Bikita Minerals, Jerry Ruzive checks in. Oh man, it hits his own player. A shot, snapshot cross on the box from Lee Manucci, offside nonetheless. Had been given. Chance goes begging for Bikita against the run of play.
Yes, against run of play. Again, of course, there's an offside call there. I think maybe that first incident when the shot was taken, it was blocked by a Bikita Minerals player. The far side assistant referee calling it offside.
72 minutes played. Goalless again. Caps United Sim can't find the back of the net. This has been their challenge in the past few weeks, where they've lost 3 on the trot. Zive almost pickpocketed Kevin Mangiza there. Shandira, acres of space in the middle of the park. Tense, finds the pass. Bamosi, Benyu to control. Good touch from Kundai Benyu to Bamosi. Cross comes in, it's whipped in. Corner kick.
Offside call. Oh, it's a corner.
Corner kick, yeah.
It's a corner.
They were looking there for the head of Rowan Juhamba, the Namibian. From Phineas Bamosi, it was a deep cross. But good defensive work coming through from Blessing Kangundu. Throw in, or rather corner kick for Caps United. Outswinger. Manire, Benyu on the edge of the box. Can he whip in? He finds the Manire, shoot! Straight and good to block from the goalkeeper. Benyu! Goal kick, no foul given. They were looking for a free kick, but the referee, Grace Gimo, can't have it. Indeed, he was brave to take the shot, Kundai Benyu. But a good save from the goalkeeper, Joe.
Yes, a good save by the goalkeeper. They had that position covered. And of course, there was sting in that shot. It had venom, but he did very well to parry it to safety. Just fortunately, there was no one to come in onto the rebound. But then eventually the ball came in, and exchange of passes, attempts at goal, and then, of course, eventually an offside call there by Lady Grace Gimo. Caps United will be desperate for a win at Valentine. They last got their set of points on the 16th of March when they beat Triangle 2-0. They went on to lose to Tel1 by solitary goal. Went on to lose to Ngezi by 2-1. And last week they lost 1-0 to Highlanders in Emagumeni. So Cape United are desperate for a win. They will definitely take 3 points from this game. No matter how they come, all they want will get a set of 3 points. But nothing is showing for now at the moment for Cape United. Desperate times for Cape United.
They have 15 minutes plus optional time to get that LSV winner. Only a quarter, rather a third, only a third of this match is remaining. Can either side find that sucker punch that could end them 3 sets of points? Sepis Ruzive to go over it. Chiguru! Blocked. The defense does his job well. Danger not yet averted. Now it has been. Shadiro is looking for Jaden Bakare. Still to have a touch in this game so far since coming on. Shadiro. Bakare shields well. Fouled in the process. Then you quickly takes it. Bakare. Oh, poor blind pass. Here comes now. Bikita Minerals on the counter. Good defensive work from Hastings Chapusha. Finas Bamusi checks in. Was looking for a continued run from Manokore, but he's not your fast player.
As you can hear, whistles coming from the Cape United wing. They are desperate. They are now anxious. They have less than 15 minutes to get something out of this goal. And of course, the fans will be impatient. They are not happy with what they are seeing here this afternoon. They are desperate for a win. As you can see, a number of meetings going on in the terraces there. Few tactics being discussed in the terraces, hoping they get something for Cape United. But as it is, nothing happening for Cape United. But Bikita Minerals, of course, on their part, they will be happy with the status quo. The last week they won. They beat Triangle United 2-1. If they get a point out of this game, it won't be bad for coach Wilson Mtekede and his boys in red.
Indeed. Free kick for Cape United. A foul on the Namibian. He was being strong there and being tagged. A lot of tagging from both teams, but the benefit always goes to the attacker. The Namibian barking instructions at the once the Cape United sort themselves out. I hope his delivery could conjure something for Cape United. Let's see. This game desperately needs a goal. It's a poor one. Cleared away now. Gets an opportunity for Bikita to go on a counter. Offside. Indeed.
Yeah,
it
was indeed an offside. Yeah, the delivery was delayed and then he ran into an offside position. So a counter attack that has been jeopardized there by Bikita Minerals. An untimely run for that matter.
Manokore. Center field pass to Mangiza. Calvin. Jaden does well. Shandira couldn't keep it under control. Shields well to retain possession and control. Pamusi. Eric Manokore with the cross. Header from Bisela. Could I be into control? Does well. To Pamusi now. Checks in. Tries to whip in. He's been poor with his crosses this afternoon, Phineas. Pamusi now. Benyu, Kundai, Shandira, Brighton Manira.
He did very well to retain that ball. Had he lost that ball, it was going to be trouble.
They were pressing him. Here comes now Mangisa. Kelvin does well to get onto that one to win possession. Throw in to the visitors, Bikita Minerals. Yeah, they'll push it on.
It seems he's not in a hurry to take that throw in. Game management.
Yeah, clever. You need that. They'll take a point here. Bikita Minerals, you can't play them, you can't fault them. Free kick to Caps United. Another set piece opportunity here. They need Eric Manokora to deliver this one with his left foot here.
I thought the ref would have played advantage.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Caps United had the ball and they were in motion.
Bamosina finally substituted for Junior Bujira. Now you can see those crosses being whipped in because that's what they need. Yet to see who got the armbands. Eric Manokora to execute this one. The right back. Let's see. This could be an opportunity. With 10 minutes to go. Clapton, good defensive work again from Bikita Minerals. They've been resolute all afternoon.
Offside.
Offside. They'll leave it for the goalkeeper as they'll take any second away from the clock.
Yeah.
With 9 minutes plus optional time still to play.
Shows you Bikita Minerals will be happy with a point. If they get all three, it will be a bonus. But I think they've just they want to maintain the status quo, and they would rather get a point than lose.
Here they come now. Handling offense. Lucky there for Eastern Sapusha to get away with that one.
Yeah, there was definitely contact with the hand there.
Shandiro now. Junior Bujira gets his first touch. He gets on his bike. Tries to beat another marker, but not quite. Advantage played. They couldn't get that pass completed. Here comes someone now. Will definitely collect that one. There are fans there, even journalists who have a laugh or tea about it. They'll love to see goals.
They'll love to see goals, yeah, which we have been starved of this afternoon.
Indeed. Here comes Caps United. Can they win this one at the death? Chapusha. Blocked. Throw into Caps United. Mangiza.
Those are the traveling fans, eh?
Oh, that should be Bikita, isn't it?
Yeah, look at their colors. Yeah, those are the traveling Bikita fans. Yeah. Keeping themselves warm, they're singing and dancing.
You have to in this weather. It's overcast, rainy, drizzling it has been. Here comes Junior Bunjira now. There he goes. Checks in. Shandirwa. Fouled. Yeah.
Yeah, the follow through there by Takunda Manyuchi there. Yeah.
Here comes Mangiza now. Can he whip in across as it does? Sekurwane Bakare. Oh my goodness. Caps can't find the back of net. Shandiro couldn't keep that one under control. Brighton with a poor pass. Now they have to go to defense. Chapusha will mop up. Back to his goalkeeper, Hamon Nare.
Valentine, I'm concerned when Bikita Minerals have the ball. If you look at the way Caps United centre backs are marshalling their defense, I think they're leaving too much room for Bikita Minerals striker. It's a point of worry for me. The way they are marking whenever Bikita Minerals have the ball, I think Caps United will need to watch out for that.
Indeed. Here they come through the captain Bera. You can't take it away from him when he's under control. One way to take it is to foul him. Serious player. That is Benedict Bera, born in 1998.
Yeah,
27 this year.
Showing maturity. You know, he's steady with the ball. He's confident with the ball. And I think he's controlled the Bikita Minerals central midfield very well this afternoon, and professionally so. And he's been efficient. And coaching they're making two substitutions there.
Yes. Going for the final juggernaut.
Yeah. And he's pulling out
Tadiwa
Nasham Sararwa is coming out.
Good shift for the young man. Born in 2003, that's the man in your picture. It comes
Tashinga Taeza.
Rossi, born in 2005, the 20-year-old.
And Rezive Tenashe also being pulled out.
In comes, of course, Raymond Kafura Mutoa,
coming in.
born in 1996. Both youth and experience being introduced. And Caps United will also bring their tall gangling striker Mbolo.
Who is he replacing? We'll wait to see.
Mabiala.
Or Mabiala being pulled out. Mabiala Love coming out.
Now let's see if they can whip in that cross. I'll tell you, this man in the air is deadly. Here comes the goalkeeper with a long, searching, telegraphed ball inside the 18 area. Defended well by Caps United, but danger not yet averted. Step shot. There from the impressive Lee Manucci. It's been impressive for me this afternoon.
Yeah, he tried. Yeah, that was a clever, sneaky snapshot that he sent in there. But of course, too much elevation. No worry for Caps United goalkeeper Harmony Nari.
And then here they come now. Caps United launching an attack. There you go, Mbolo. Can he get onto that one? The Namibian couldn't. But it was a good leap from Jaden Bakare. Now you need these two to combine. You can flight those crosses because these two in the air are good. Mangizi with a cross inside the 18. But defended well again by Manucci. Manucci on the ball. Controls and loses possession. Jaden Bakare. Junior Bunjira to Bakare. Well read by the captain. Good defensive work from Bikita Mineral. Their defense resolute this afternoon. Shandira. The keeper favorites gets there first. 3 minutes plus optional time, Joe.
Yeah, well, desperate times for Caps United. I mean, if Caps United doesn't get a point or even all 3 points out of this game, yeah, it's going to be difficult times for the Caps United family, who may not want to accept that they don't get a point or at least a point out of this game. What will Caps United need to do to get goals? That's what they are failing to do. Otherwise, they are doing so well in terms of their build-up play. But when they get to the final third, Caps United just can't get it right.
Here they come, Caps United. Trying to get... It was too hard there. That is Kundai Benyu. On the new man, Rossi Taedza.
Yeah, as you can see, the Kundai Benyu, they're going in hard on Bikita Minerals player there. And of course, the referee, rightly so, judges that as a foul, and it's for Bikita Minerals to take. And of course, they'll take their time in the world to send it in.
Here they come.
Yeah, and this is not what Caps United will need. You know, yeah, a throw into Bikita Minerals, who are not in a hurry to do anything this afternoon, just to maintain their hold on the game. They are happy with a point on the road, and Caps United will not want that. They would rather go all out and score a goal to get 3 points.
And that throw in.
Bikita Minerals goalkeeper Taona Bigitemera on the ground, needing attention, and referee Grace Gimo calling in the Caps United, the Bikita Minerals medic, to come in onto the pitch and attend to their goalkeeper. We don't know what is wrong with him there and when he picked up that injury, but of course, either way, he needs some medical attention, which he does. The veteran goalkeeper, we've seen it all in the Premier League. He was formerly with Ngezi Platinum. Indeed. He did 3 years at Ngezi Platinum, and prior to that, he was with Shabani Mayan. And of course, some anxious moments, some anxious faces there. Chances are he's from Caps United family.
The goalkeeper looks to be okay for us to continue. as we are in the 90th. We will be seeing what the fourth assistant will raise the board to. Here they come now. Mangiza. Caps United under pressure now.
We're going to get 3 additional minutes. 3 additional minutes. Caps United would rather get something out of this, making sure they are tight at the back.
Indeed. Throw in on the far side. Here comes now a cross couple is whipped in, a chance to bury this one. It's a goal! Innocent Masiwa buries this one at the death 91st minute. Bikita Minerals strike with a surprise but so bold. The visitors' dream begins to unfold. The thrill or perhaps the lead. The Kingfishers challenge now must proceed. Joe.
All hope shattered for Caps United. What a sucker punch. Right at the death of this game. Masiwa, who came in as a substitute, found the spot. I spoke to you, Valentine, earlier to say the way Caps United centre back were marshalling their defensive formation, for me it was a spot of bother, and it was evident there. Look at that ball there. A cross was sent in. Look at 2 red shirts for Bikita Minerals, unmarked, and a tap into goal. Harmony Nare had no option there but to pick up the ball from the back of the net. Can Caps United find an equalizer in the few seconds that are remaining? Well, we wait to see. But very unfortunate for Caps United, but very decisive for Bikita Minerals. And of course, it's kudos to coach Wilson Mtekede, who came in with 2 telling substitutions when he brought in 2 attackers. And now Caps United are on the brink of dropping another set of 3 points in this game. Oh, what a jaw breaker. What a bone breaker, a bone cracker for Caps United. All the energy sucked out of Caps United. All hopes sucked out of Caps United. And of course, the whistles that we are hearing there are from the Caps United family, who are not happy with what they are seeing this afternoon.
Innocent Masiwa with that sucker punch. Caps United desperate now in attack. Junior Bujira needs to hurry up. Chapusha Manokore to Junior Bujira to whip this one. Whipped in, is a good one, Bakare. Couldn't turn that one into goal.
Very unfortunate.
It hit the standing foot instead of the striking foot.
He didn't have a good connection to that ball. It was a good cross sent in by young Bunjira on the near post, but of course Jadon Bakari didn't have a good connection with that ball, unfortunately giving away. Look at that cross, a low cross from Junior Bunjira. Jadon Bakari couldn't get his footing right to target, to direct that ball into target. But of course, Bikita Minerals survived.
In the final minute of optional, the minimum to be played. Bikita now! All in confidence. Here comes Bikita. They'll take their sweet precious time.
Yes.
You can't falter them for winding down the clock.
You can't. I mean, good for them. They have to manage the game, the tail end of the game. They have scored a late winner. Hey, look at the fans there, looking animated. Yes, looking animated and arguing and discussing what could have been. And the referee, Grace Kimo, calls this game over. And it's 3 points for Bikita Minerals, who are happy travelers. They were happy with a point, but then they were presented with all 3 points. Just because of one goal that came in from Innocent Masiwa, who came in as a substitute in the second half for a tap in that sucked all the life out of Caps United. As we see there, Manokore and Kundai Benyu consoling each other. And an easy face there for coach Loic Chitembwe, wondering what could have been, wondering what is wrong for Caps, what is going on wrong at Caps United. Very unfortunate, and of course, it's hard times for Coach LWEZIMBABWE. As we see the Bikita Minerals going to their fans, jointly celebrating their win, jointly celebrating 3 points that they've bagged. Harmony Nare beaten once, beaten clean, and beaten to the 3 points. Unfortunate for Cape United, but of course, a well-deserved win for Bikita Minerals. If you look at the way they approached this game, in the early parts of the game, they came in attacking Cape United, looking for an early goal, which they didn't get, of course. Cape United then came in and they clawed their way into the game. They controlled a bit, most of the game, but of course they didn't convert their chances that they created. At the end, it's Cape United who lose this game to courtesy to a goal by Bikita Minerals. Of course, some unhappy Cape United fans in the terraces there, looking smart, but of course going home with nothing. Bikita Minerals were the winners, tactful play, and of course they beg all 3 points, Valentine.
Indeed, it's all over here at Rufaro Stadium with Bikita Minerals securing a thrilling 1-0 win over Cape United. The visitors were resolute in defense, withstanding the Green Machine attacks throughout the match. Despite creating several chances, Cape United couldn't find the back of the net, extending their goal-scoring drought to 3 consecutive games. The winning goal came in the 91st minute, courtesy of a tap-in by Innocent Masiwa for Bikita Minerals. The defense was held firm and their counter-attacking strategy paid off in the end. Cape United will be disappointed with their performance, particularly with their inability to capitalize on their chances. Bikita Minerals, on the other hand, will be thrilled with their hard-fought win, which could be a significant boost for their season. As a disappointed Cape United fans, shell-shocked, stunned, and they can't believe this. They are in disbelief.
They are in disbelief, Valentine, and of course they were stung at the very death of this game. No time to recover, no time to equalize, but of course that's the cruelty of football. If you don't take your chances, you'll go home empty-handed, and not only empty-handed, but you'll go home hurt.
Indeed. Let's take you to the studio for the 90 minutes of our analysis of the match, as well as the second half analysis. My name is Valentine Mapugu, the match commentator, and together with John Kani, your match analyst. A good one, Joe.
A good one. Good afternoon, all our viewers, and it was happy to be here.
So there, back to the studio with Charles Mabika. We'll be back with you shortly.
Well. Unbelievable for the Cape United supporters. If you are a Cape United supporter, you still can't believe it. Hey, probably you thought this one you could do it because Bikita, where almost everybody was beating Bikita, but it didn't happen that way. Bikita just Cape United falling to the proverbial sucker puncher. Innocent Masiwa coming in the 91st minute. So that means Cape United are still rooted in 17th position. Listen to this. With the same number of points as Triangle United, who just won. Yes, Triangle United have beaten Yada, and they are now on 4 points. 4 points together with Caps. As we see the irate, some Caps United supporters are just giving their own side of the story. And like I said, Triangle beating Yada. They are now on 4 points together with Caps, only rooted at the bottom because of an inferior goal difference. And at Sakuva, can you believe this? Tel One Football Club switching back on their Wi-Fi with 2 goals. It ended 2-2. My word. But in the studio here, Archiford Montava, Uche, and Coach Bex, Bekim Pilonyoni are still here. And yes, remember, Uche had focused 1-0 for Cape United, and Coach Bex had focused 1-0 for Bikita Minerals, the Lithium Boys. So let's start with the loser. The winner, the loser. My mother told me to choose this one, but I will pick this one. I'll start with the loser. Uche.
Yes, CNN, that's the beauty of the game. Bikita Minerals, like we said at the interval, the second half is the coach's game. They shifted from a 4-4-2 to a 4-3-3, bringing in 2 strikers. So the momentum went their way, resulting in that goal. So they continued asking questions until the 91st minute. And kudos to them. 1-0. Congratulations to Bikita Minerals. But again, alarm bells and sirens ringing in the Cape's camp, especially the technical department, because right now they now have 5 losses 5 losses, same number, Becky, as Triangle. So in terms of a team with the most losses in the Premiership right now, it's Cape United. They now have 5. So everything going south, everything going down, dejected, deflated, they're down and out.
Okay. Yeah. Right, okay, which is what we're going to do. We're just going back then to Rufaro because Valentine Mabugu is talking to the Cape United assistant coach Tonderai Marume. Take a listen. Oh, we thought Tonderai Marume was going to say something. Yes, he did say something, but we just missed him there.
Right, and Coach, a tough one to take this afternoon, particularly Saka Paja, the death of this one. Again, failing to find the back of the net, yet to create so many chances for you to have won this one. You must be disappointed.
Yes, we are disappointed because if you look at it, this is one game where we are expected to win, playing at home against Bikita. And if you look also at it, our boys, they gave it their all, they created chances, but what is just eluding us is the goal. And of course we are very disappointed, and it's something that the pain that we cannot take, but at the end of the day, we have to live with it. That's how football goes. And sometimes when you give it your best and you don't get what you are supposed to get, you just have to live with it, to take it.
And of course, everybody will be asking what next for Cape United, because it looks like the same problems are bedeviling your side. And going forward, now from this one, what will be the message to the fans, to the team's hierarchy, and to you as the coaching department?
Of course, things are not working, and the only way is to make sure things work, and we definitely have to find a solution to this. And a solution is for us to play games, score goals, and get maximum points.
All right, coach, a tough one. Hard luck.
Thank you.
All right, so that was the Cape United coach, the assistant coach, that is Tonderai Marume. Disappointed nonetheless, and of course, joining me right now is the triumphant coach, the man who orchestrated this great win for Bikita Minerals on the right. That is Wilson Tegede. Wilson, congratulations. It looks like your tactics came right, and at the death, you stole this one. Your overall assessment of the match.
Thank you, Vava. I think it was a good game. Obviously, we knew we were facing a very good side in terms of attack. We just needed to weather the storm, especially in the first half. And I think even in the first half, we lifted up our hand in terms of showing that we wanted to play. And in the second half,
Kwazwai vateereri, tinomuchingamidzai kuchirongwa The Second Coming of Christ chamunopiwa naPastor Gift Rhodzi naPastor Caston Betera veku Seventh Day Adventist Church. Mustudio nhasi tina Proclaim Chaora ari kutiisira musign language. Mufundisi chingamidzai vateereri.
Vateereri, welcome to the program The Second Coming of Christ.
Tinotenda uri kuredu nhasi musoro wenyaya uri kuti Good Friday, kutondera kufa kwa Jesu.
Ndizvozvo. Udzai vateereri kuti pazvirongwa zviri zvapfuura nechirongwa chanhasi tiri kuvavarira kuita sei?
tiri kutaura pamusoro pezororo reEaster. Saka mukatarisa takanotangira kuOld Testament tichitaura nenyaya dzePaseka. Vavariro yaive yekuti zvibude mubhaibheri kuti kana tichitaura nenyaya yekufa kwaJesu zvine kwazvakatotangira. Zororo reEaster kunyange musinganowane vara racho mubhaibheri, asi zvarinoreva pakati pevatendi zvirimo mukati meshoko raMwari. Saka ndo kwatakabva, ndo kwatiri kuenda. Saka nhasi tasvika parinotangira zororo racho reEaster. Rinotanga neGood Friday.
Ndizvozvo. Rinotanga neGood Friday.
Right.
Musi weGood Friday uyu mukoma ndiwo wakafa Jesu.
Right.
Tisataenda mberi pane vanhu vandoda kumisa vane mibvunzo. Vari kuti kana akafa Friday iye achinzi akaita mazuva matatu akafa, anozomuka Sunday sei? Ndokumbira imbomisai vanhu mubvunzo iwoyo. Unozogadzirwa nezvimwe right. But ngatingotangirai pakuti akafa neFriday. Musi waafa neFriday mukoma. Day according to the Bible, day 24 hours zuva. Friday inotanga nguvai.
Takamboita kachidzidzo icho kumashure. Titadzokera pacreation chaipana Genesis.
Right.
Painzi zuva rinotanga neusiku. Saka rine zvikamu zviviri, chikamu cheusiku nechikamu chemasikati. Saka panonyura zuva Friday, Thursday, Friday inenge yatanga.
Right. Saka isu toda kutanga pakavira zuva Thursday.
Alright.
Toona Friday acho yese according to the Bible.
Alright.
Matthew 26 verse 26 to 28.
Mateo 26 verse 26. Vakati vodya, Jesu akatora chingwa, akachiropafadza, akachimedura, ndokupa vadzidzi vake achiti kwavari, torai mudye ichi, ndiwo muviri wangu. Akatora mukombe akavonga, akavapa achiti, inwai mose pauri, nokuti ichi iropa rangu resungano itsva, rakadururirwa vazhinji kuti vakanganwirwe zvivi.
Right. Jesu asati anofa pamuchinjiko, but iri Friday iyoyo akabva ainstituta mumwe mutambo unofana kuitwa pavadzidzi vaJesu, pavatendi.
Right. Kuti asati afa akasiya agadza umwe mutambo.
Akasiya agadza umwe mutambo.
Alright.
Musi weFriday iwoyo.
Okay.
Uri kuita unge Thursday asi Friday according to the Bible. Saka mutambo uyu vatendi vanoudedza kuti chirayiro chashe, chirayiro chatenzi. Vamwe vanogona kuti Holy Communion.
Okay.
Hanzi chimwe pamaverenga.
Nyaya yechirayiro pane chingwa.
Right.
Chanzi idya chingwa ichi. Chinomirira muviri wangu.
Right.
Poita wine.
Yes.
Yanzi inwai inomirira ropa rangu.
Yes. Saka muri kuona kuti paitwa Paseka kare chaimiririra muviri waKristu igwai riyari. Ndo rainzi musatyore mabhonzo. Ndiye asina kuzotyorwa ari pamuchinjiko. Chaimiririra ropa raKristu iropa riya rakazorwa pamagwatidziro rehwai. But nekuti Kristu azadzisa zvaitwa paPaseka, ndiye abva asiya agadza mumwe mutambo kuti paya pamaishandisa gwai, iye zvinochitai mutambo muchishandisa chingwa. Paya pamakazorera ropa pamadziro, iye zvinei zvichishandisai waini. Chinwai waini. Yaive waini yakaita sei?
Waini isingadhake.
Because madhara paanotodzwa kuti waini, munoona kuti especially chidzidzo chakadai chikaitwa iri holiday saizvozvo saka iwaini isingadhake like grape juice. Ndo mabudira azviri kuita iwayayo. Vakanzi idyai inwai,
kureva kuti zvePaseka zvapera.
Right.
Nekuti Jesu wacho anga achinongedzerwa auya.
Saka painzi
chimwe chinyowani.
Saka painzi Paseka mutambo nekusingaperi. Takadzidza muteereri kuti nekusingaperi kana ichitaurwa muBible iri kureva kuti as long as the intended purpose kana ichiripo, chinhu ichocho ngachiitwe. But zvachanga chichinongedzera kana kuti zvechenge chichita kana zvakwana kana zvazadziswa, chinhu chacho hapasisina. Pane mienzaniso yatakapa. kuti moto usingaperi. Uri kuronzi moto unoramba uchibvira as long chiuda kubvira chichiripo.
Chiuda kupiswa chacho.
Kana wapedza basa unodzima. Saka patuda kuenda mukomo. Tuda kuti pabude zvakanaka. Mabva here pana Matthew?
Pana Mateo 26.
Mamatova.
Ndokona kudzokerapo.
Dzokeraipo. Ndoda kuti mudzokorore vhesi ya 26 ya 28.
Mateo 26 pavhesi 28.
Yes.
Nokuti ichi ropa rangu resungano itsva rakadururirwa vazhinji kuti vakanganwirwe zvivi.
Ropa raizorwa pamagwatidziro edzimba masaidhi medhoo kuEgypt papaseka raibatsira kuti dangwe risafe. Mutumwa aiuraya aijamba imba iyo ndo Passover. Zvakabva zvazobatsirei? Zvakabva zvazobatsira kuti vaIsrael vabude muEgypt nengari yeropa iyi. But waini yepachirayiro iyi yanzi basa raenderei?
Hanzi ropa rangu rakadururirwa vazhinji kuti vakanganwirwe zvivi.
Zvasiyana pakudii? Ropa raizorwa pamagwatidziro newaini yakumirira ropa raKristu.
Muchangobva utsanangura kuti ropa raiita kuti dangwe risafe mumba umu. Asi apa ropa rakunzi riri kuitirwa vazhinji. Saka kune 1 dangwe mumba kana kuti mungava nemairi matangwe arimo. Asi ropa riri kunzi vazhinji vanhu vese.
Saka good news uri papi mngoma? Because tiri kuti Good Friday.
Uri pakutika kufa kwaJesu kunosunungura vanhu vese kubva muchitemo.
Very good. Paseka waingova mutambo wemaIsraelites chete. Aufarira odzingiswa oitawo. Waingova wenation iyoyo chete. But Jesu achifa pamuchinjiko nyaya yacho yavhurwa mukoma.
Vanhu vese.
Yavanhu vese kuti pawane kanganwiro yezvivi. 1 Corinthians 5 verse 7. Iri kusamaraiza zvamataura izvi.
1 Korinte 5 pavhesi ya 7. Bvisai mbiriso yekare kuti muve bundu idzva sezvamusina kuviriswa nokuti paseka yedu yakatibayirwa ndiKristu.
Hanzi paseka yakatibayirwa ndiani?
ndiKristu.
Bhaibheri harisi kuti paseka ichiriko. Paruri kuti paseka yedu yakatibayirwa ndiKristu. Bhaibheri riri kureva kuti zvaimirirwa nepaseka zvakazadziswa muna Christ. Pajeka kapa. But manzwe here kuti paramba pachitaurwa zvekunzi mbiriso.
Pataurwa mbiriso.
Saka panonouya question yekuti munogoti yakapera sei nyaya yembiriso ichiri kutaurwa.
Alright, because papaseka paidyiwa chingwa chisina mbiriso.
Ndizvozvo, but apa mbiriso ichiri kuitwa imi muri kuti zvabva zvapera zvese. But vaKorinde iri kuti 1 bvisai mbiriso muve mukanyiwa usina mbiriso. Toda kunzwa kuti mbiriso inenge yakurevei muupenyu hwedu. Matthew chapter 16 verse ya 6 mubva maverenga verse 11 na 12.
Mateo 16 pavhesi ya 6. Jesu akati kwavari, tarirai, muchenjere mbiriso yavaFarisi navaSadhusi. Vhesi 11. Hamunzwisisi neiko kuti handina kutaura kwamuri pamusoro pezvingwa, asi muchenjere mbiriso yavaFarisi navaSadhusi. Zvino vakanzwisisa kuti haana kutaura kuti vachenjerere mbiriso yezvingwa, asi dzidziso yavaFarisi navaSadhusi.
Pane kwavaiyambuka nebhoti Jesu nevadzidzi vake. Saka vakuda kuyambuka kuenda ikoko. Jesu akati mungwarire mbiriso yevaSedhuse nevaFarisi. Saka vadzidzi vakanetseka. Because vaiziva kuti mbiriso yeast ndo inogadziriswa chingwa. Saka vakatanga kunetsana kuti ari kudaro asi kwatiri kuenda uku arida kuti titakure chingwa tibve nacho kunere. Asi kwatiri kuenda tikada kuzochitsvaga mumashopu chingwa chacho hachina kuita mushe here. Saka hanzi vachinetsa ndobva hanzi azovaclarifyira. Ndobva vanzwisa kuti anga asiri kureva nyaya yechingwa.
Chingwa chaiye chekudya.
Asi aireva dzidziso dzevaFarisi nevaSedhusi.
Saka mbiriso kureva kuti dzidziso inogona kumiririrwa nembiriso.
Thank you. Luke 12 verse 1. Luke 12 verse 1.
Luka 12 pavhesi ya 1. Zvino vanhu vane zviuru zvizhinji vakati vaungana pamwe chete kusvikira votsikirirana, akavamba kutaura kuvadzidzi vake pakutanga achiti, chenjerai mbiriso yavafarisi, ndiko kunyengera.
Manzwa kuti mbiriso yanzi ndochi
kunyengera.
Saka zviri kunobuda apa uchaona kuti yaive physical mbiriso kuOld Testament vachita Paseka. Pabatika kapo yainzi bvisai yese mudzimba dzenyu vodya vochingwa chisina mbiriso. Pachirayiro chatenzi ndizvozvo tinodya chingwa chisina mbiriso. But panzi navakorinde bvisai mbiriso muve bundu idzva sekubvisa kwavaita mbiriso mumba. Tiri kunzi kana Kristu azadzisa Paseka atifira, isusuwo vanhu mukati medu hamudi kunyengera, hamudi zvakaipa, ndozviri kumirirwa nekunzi bvisai mbiriso.
Kudzidzisa kwakatsauka kana hunhu husiri pachokwadi
ngahubve, because hazvidiwe naKristu akazadzisa Paseka anova muponesi wedu.
Akatapa Paseka nyowani inova kugara muna Kristu.
Exactly.
Hapadiwi chingwa pakugarisana naKristu chine mbiriso.
Kureva kuti hapadiwe kuti uve munhu ari mudzidziso yakatsauka, uve munhu ane kunyengera. Pari kunzi be pure. Iva munhu akachena, ndozvainenge yakunorwa. Munoziva kuti sei ngoma? Ndoziva kuti munonetseka sitereki kuti betera paari kuita kunge ari kuemphasize kunge pane point ka. Ndiona kuti mune muchishaye kuti point yacho ndeipi zviri pachena. Ndakaita muteereri akandibvunza, ameno pamwe zviri kwamuri vateereri, kuti nai pastor, maKristu tofana kutenga here chingwa chemumashops? Mukona mubvunzo wacho. Saka unotonetsa kuti munhu ari kuti tofana kutenga chingwa here. Saka pakuzoramba nchitaura nemuteereri ndopaakati aiwa ka because hapadiwe mbiriso
kana mama na Kristu.
Muri kuona manje kuti panenge pabatwa zvisiri izvo. Hapasi kunzi mabhanzi atinotenga mumashopu aya nembiriso kana waMukristu handizvo. Mbiriso iri kunoratidza kuti ine meaning yekunoreva kuti idzidziso dzakatsauka, kunyengera. Kana tamuna Kristu tinofamba padzidziso dzechokwadi pasina kunyengera. Ndopfungwa mabudira inonoita. Amenoti pari kubatika.
Pari kubatika, asi kana makuita chirayiro chatenzi
chinoitwa nechingwa chisina mbiriso. Because chirayiro chiya chinoramba chichinongedzera kuti Kristu miri wake wanga usina kunyengera, upenyu hwake wanga usina kunyengera. Because kana chingwa chiri kunzi chiri kumirira miri wake, zvinofana kubuda pachena kuti kurarama kwakaita Kristu kwakachena kusina unyengeri. Pakanaka. Tiri kuda kuti nyaya yeEaster ibude zvakanaka, especially zororo holiday yeEaster. Saka zvinezvi tiri paGood Friday. It was a Good Friday. Muteereri ramba uri pachirongwa timbonzwa rwiyo.
Wana wa mambo, tiri wana wa mambo, toimba parwendo. Jesu mutungamiri, isu hatichazotyi, titerere kwa ari, toimba parwendo. Tiri wana wa mambo. Jesu mutungamiri, Yesu hatichazotyi, titerere kwa ari, toimba parwendo. Tinoenda kumusha, tinoenda kumusha, toimba parwendo. ari kupenya toimba parwendo ngerufaro toyenda ngerufaro toyenda toimba parwendo atiregi kuimba moyo iri kushinga dakara tinoshika toimba parwendo ngerufaro toyenda ngerufaro toyenda toimba parwendo atiregi kuimba moyo iri kushinga dakara tinoshika toimba parwendo atiregi kuimba moyo iri kushinga dakara tinoshika toimba parwendo atiregi kuimba moyo iri kushinga dakara tinoshika toimba parwendo.
Muchingamidzai zvakare vateereri tichienderera mberi nehurukuro yedu Good Friday, kutondera kufa kwaKristu.
Yes mukoma. Ndine mumwe mubvunzo futi.
Right.
Ndoda kuona kuti munopindura sei.
Okay.
Nai pastor, sei yezvinezvi patinoita chirayiro chatenzi tichiita Paseka hatichacherechedze kalenda.
Mubvunzo wachaona ujeka.
Ndikuona kuti kuita gosira jeka.
Bohani pamixika zvunuka.
Don't worry, zvatomixika kuti chirayiro chatenzi patinoita Paseka. Kuti nai pastor, paya patinoita chirayiro chatenzi patinenge tichiita Paseka paya. Ndakaona hatichacherechedze kalenda chaiyo.
Ipapo kalenda
ndikuona zvizoneza. Saka mubvunzo wendo zvakuti vateereri munawo vamwe venyu munenge muchireva kuti panoitwa chirayiro chatenzi ndiri kufunga kuti mazvibata izvinoti hakusina Paseka. Saka panoitwa chirayiro chatenzi mubvunzo wenyu ndewokuti chaitwa musi wa14 mwedzi wekutanga. Saka vamwe vanobva vati
kalenda rechiJudha.
Saka vanobva vati